Hey everyone,
Hi.
let us know if you can hear us. We're here just to do a random little sporadic live stream together. But I just want to make sure the audio is working alright. If anyone is here live, just let us know that it's working. But yeah, it was just an impromptu little stream to talk about just what we've been up to in case anyone is interested. And I've been trying to get Sarah on the channel for a while,
Yeah.
so it's not just my boring face on here all the time. And yeah, talk about what we've been up to, what we plan on doing creatively in the future, and just sort of touching on that whole aspect of staying motivated creatively, especially with all these lockdowns that we've been having. Cool. All right, so it looks like we're good with audio.
Oh, awesome.
Hey Hamish, how's it going, man? Zavi Garcia. Oh, thanks for letting us know. Finally Sarah shows up. Yeah, so oh man, the amount of times people have asked for you on the channel.
Really?
Yeah. Especially on like even live streams or on comments saying when is Sarah gonna return. But yeah, so oh, here we go. Yeah, what have you been up to for everyone who
Um,
hasn't seen your face lately?
well,
That was 9 months ago.
not much. I mean, yeah, 9 months ago. What have I even done? I don't know, honestly. Like, it's all a blur with lockdowns, but I started a new job, which has been really fun. But other than that, creatively, I haven't really been doing too much. I've wanted to, but with lockdowns, it's kind of hard.
Yeah.
But yeah, what have I done? I don't know. I got on a lot of bike rides. That's what I've been doing. I love riding my bike.
Well, one thing worth mentioning is that because we're going to touch on like creativity, which it's hard to keep up with because of
Yeah.
lockdowns when you're a photographer or someone who enjoys being out in the field. But you entered a competition for Frankie.
I did, yeah. That was a really like a highlight of, you know, my creative, I guess, career.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I found out, I think about last month now, that I was shortlisted as as one of the finalists for the photography
For this shoot, I'm showing them now.
for the photography component of Frankie Magazine's Good Stuff Awards, which I was so honored to be a part of. I'm just thrilled, and it's just that shoot overall, like it was a while ago, and it was just so much fun just to come up with, conceptualize, and then like put together and style and go to op shops and find props for it and stuff. And it was just so much fun, and it really came together. And I'm just like absolutely thrilled that it's been recognized by Frankie Magazine, which is like one of my favorite print publications. And yeah, we find out I think soonish, like start of October, who the winners were. But honestly, even if I don't win, like I'm just so honored to be a finalist. Like, yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. This, by the way, this is my favorite shot of all those.
Why is it your favorite shot?
I don't know. There's just a certain mood about it, and how you did the concept of the tape as the spaghetti or whatever it was, like going through that.
I don't even know what that orange machine is for. Like,
and
Ruben. I think it's like Mincer or something. Ruben, yeah, Ruben is so good. It's really good. Ruben is incredible local Melbourne model. Really great guy, just so good at what he does. Super talented.
Also the light, because I know
the light was so good.
At this point it was when the sun had just started to set, and even though these high contrast scenes earlier are great in their own way, there was something about the mood of this that just suited that kind of like, he's wearing a robe, could be breakfast or something, and,
and I think just everything, all the colors in that shot really worked together, like the background and like all the orange, like the warm tones, but then there's also like that pale blue, just it all just worked so well. So happy with it.
Yeah, and that was a while ago now.
It was so long ago. It was like, when was that? Like, was it 2019? I feel like it was halfway through 2019.
Before the pandemic.
Yeah, so. Definitely before the pandemic. Pre-pandemic time.
Yeah. Anyone who's interested, you can go to Sarah's Instagram page, which you can see on the screen now, but also I have it linked in the description of the video. Check out more of her stuff, some great portraits besides just that series, and you'll see more of Sarah's great work, including, hey, look, some of our travels to Tasmania. I took this photo. So glad,
yeah, you did. I love that photo. So glad we got to do that trip.
Yeah.
I remember being on that trip and being like, oh yeah, we're not gonna go into lockdowns anymore. Like, things are gonna, you know, go back to normal.
Yeah.
And here
So
we
we
are.
thought, oh well.
yeah.
It wasn't to be. But yeah, so that's one
Oh,
thing.
look at that shot.
Which one?
The one of the ring.
Oh, the ring, yeah. Cool. Let's go back to that one. Let's just catch up on the chat because I think we missed a fair bit of it. Oh, hey, Cheyenne's here. Sarah's way cuter than you. Well, I knew that.
Aw.
More Sarah. Cheyenne's the guy I met from up north who came down to
Oh
visit
yeah, I
Melbourne
remember you
during
telling
that
me
little
about him.
break of lockdown back in the... Was it still mid-year? I can't remember what month it was. But
It's
yeah.
just so hard. I don't know. Do you guys like? Are you guys also feeling this? If you're in lockdown, like, do you feel like timelines are just messed up and it's just all like a blur? Like, I cannot recall what happened 2 weeks ago, or if it was actually a month ago. Am I the only one who's feeling that, or are you
I'm
feeling
sure
that
you're
too?
not. Yeah, all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything's just sort of kind of blended into
Yeah.
one because there's not as much dynamic variation
Yeah.
throughout your day.
I
throughout
think
the
that's
week.
why. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and the only
Yeah.
things you hear are just the shit on the news. The
Yeah,
stuff
I've
that's
like stopped looking at the news. It's just so draining. Might as well, because we know it's gonna be bad news anyway most of the time.
Has arrived. Yeah, so we have since, I guess, towards the earlier part of the year, moved into this place, which I've mentioned on the channel, including these live streams.
Yeah, that's been a highlight.
Yeah, so that's been a big highlight, even though there was some struggles with lockdown and having your parents visit during that time, and they had to go through a lot, and then luckily we were still open enough. And then we had a bit of freedom.
Went to Perth before that,
Yeah.
which was awesome.
That was good.
Yeah.
And that gap between Perth and this latest lockdown, even if you count in lockdown 5, because that was short, I really enjoyed that because...
Isn't this lockdown 5? Oh no, this is 6. But we
yeah.
had like lockdown 4. That was after we got back from Perth.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
5 and 6, yeah.
5 and 6.
Yeah, what were you saying?
At least that was a bit of a, like...
A lighter
break.
one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
For example, I felt like the freedom of being able to go shoot street, even just going down to the local suburb and like just taking photos on the street during, you know, normal trips. That was just such a reprise from like all this like suffocating lockdown.
Yeah, between the last two, between this one and the last one, you know how we had that 1 week? Like, I managed to like fit in that camp trip, which was like, I'm so glad I did that.
Yeah.
Who knows when we get to do that.
So like it's been relatively uneventful, but we've been keeping busy. You've been transitioning through different work from home opportunities / that short time of working in office for one of the jobs, and you've settled into something that you're really liking now.
Yeah, for sure.
I've been working on the zine a lot over the last month or two. So if anyone's not familiar, I just launched this just recently.
It's so good. You have to buy it.
It was something I was having in the process for a while. I shot the content for it.
Over 4 years, right?
Yeah, even though I say that, it was only like little chunks throughout those like 4 years because I took long breaks and I wanted to shoot different seasons, and then it kind of just sat on the back burner, partially for a lack of motivation, until I finally bit the bullet and did the design part of it, like the digital InDesign part, which I found the least enjoyable.
Really?
Until I got into it.
Yeah,
I enjoy shooting it so much more.
Yeah, than putting it together.
Editing the prints and choosing the shots, but then actually digitally putting it together, submitting it for print, doing the test copies. It's kind of fun, but not as much fun as the creating the images, at least for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was that. Launched the zine. And,
I'm sure you learned a lot though, right?
Oh,
about,
absolutely.
like,
yeah, big time. And now it feels like that's how I want to do everything, is just to print it.
Yeah.
And that's when work really becomes, literally solid, but also metaphorically speaking, and just becomes complete when you've actually put it through that process. So yeah, definitely encourage it. Like I said in the video I did on making the zine, there'll be another live stream as a follow-up. And just thanks again to anyone who already bought it. There are still copies available, but there were heaps of, at least in my eyes, 50 pre-orders was heaps. Like I was not expecting that. So I did the bonus prints and that was really fun and I appreciate it. So what else have we got? Technol Bismol. I remember you, the Pepto-Bismol guy. Finally shot my first roll of Ektachrome on medium format on the Mamiya 645.
Nice.
Hope it works out. Nice.
What did you shoot, if you're still here?
Yeah, I'm sure we probably fallen back pretty far behind.
We have.
Yeah,
Let's catch up on a few.
Ben's here. Thanks,
Hi, Ben.
Thanks for the comments, Ben. Ashadara, lots of motivation during lockdown. Lost motivation, okay.
Oh.
Have bought more accessory lens cameras and I've taken photos. Yeah. That's kind of how it is. You just get addicted to just spending your money just for something to do, I think.
I've been spending my money at the fruit and veg shop. I like go in there and I just like, I'm so amazed by all the different fruit and veg there are. Yeah.
Asha is complimenting your photos as well.
Thanks, Asha.
And Tori, do you do wedding photography as your full-time job? Hashem, not full-time. It sort of was going towards being a substantial part of the work I do, but then the pandemic happened. So at least here, weddings haven't had a good run for more than like a month without significant restrictions. And at the moment, weddings aren't even allowed. Not even
We've had
with,
so
like,
many
3
weddings
people.
like postponed and stuff. Yeah, I feel really bad for the couples.
Yeah, especially the couples. We've had a lot of postponements.
Yeah.
But there's more weddings that we have coming up, assuming things open up.
Yeah.
Joel, what other film cameras do you use besides Minolta?
So I've actually stopped using the Minolta X700 because Hashem got me the Minolta XD. So I've been using that at the moment. Other than that, I do have a medium format as well. However, I haven't really shot much with it.
Yeah, that's the Bronica ETRS.
Yeah, the Bronica. Yeah, that's right. It is beautiful, but I haven't really used it much. I've been itching to use it. I really want to do some shoots, like some portrait shoots once this lockdown ends. And the weather will be nicer as well. So I'll organize some stuff and hopefully get some more content using the Bronica. Yeah.
Ben, love how comfortable you both sound in front of the camera now. You both come so far since the start of the channel. Thanks, Ben. I would actually agree with that because even though I'm not completely comfortable yet, I know I'm more comfortable than before. And I could say the same for you as well.
I think it helps having you next to me. I feel like if I was just here by myself, I'd be so awkward.
Hardly know what day. Yeah, so that's on what you were saying before about losing track of time.
Yeah.
Feels like Groundhog Day, absolutely. Andrew Criswell getting back from Bangkok. Nice. It's fun. I guess
nice.
Thailand's still allowing tourism, maybe, I guess. Oh, hey, Sean. Long time no see. Hope you're both doing well during the lockdown. Yeah, you too. I've been following your Instagram and seeing your coffee posts. I love what you've got. Like, he's got a Gaggia Classic and a whole awesome coffee setup. Nice. You know how we almost bought that machine? Yeah. He does some cool stuff with photography and coffee. Manoj.
Hi, Manoj.
He's actually, I've recognized Manoj following the channel and the Instagram for a long time. Even though he changed his YouTube name, I recognize him from India. I saw your video of Nepal and Bangladesh. Pics are so natural and so emotional. Thank you. Love the pics and video too.
Thank you. Can't wait to go back to Nepal and Bangladesh. Like, cannot wait.
Belarus. Has there been any positives coming from lockdown?
I think so. Like, yeah, like I think initially it was kind of hard to see the positives only because we've been through lockdowns like so much. But I think you kind of got to make yourself kind of see the positive in the situation because you can like sit there and like this is kind of what I was doing. I was getting really sad and upset about like this whole lockdown situation. But then I realized that the more sad I am and the more I'm kind of dwelling in that negative feeling, the more I'm really harming my own mental health and just mental well-being. So instead of that, I just doing little things, like doing things I enjoy, doing things we enjoyed together, like cooking and playing with our cats. We got a foster cat as well. That's something new. That's new. Yeah, going on bike rides and just enjoying little moments. I think the positives are definitely like we have a lot more time now to learn new things that we you know, might not have had time for before. Like I recently just started learning like 3D modeling, just very entry level at the moment, but just implementing some sort of routine. I think that's a positive. Like, try again. My watch just
guest in the live stream. Yeah, definitely. I agree with all those positives, and in a nutshell, I would say it just has given me more time to focus on things that you would normally not have time for, whether it's little creative projects that you can do, such as I was doing the zine, maybe certain little fun photos that we plan to do more of. We'll touch on that soon, and focusing on just physical and mental health, like working out from home, even though I was bummed initially.
Hashim's been doing amazing. Like he got this whole like home gym set up now. So good.
I had to.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's like I'm sure there's countless other positives that people can take out of this situation, which
Yeah.
would be the best way to approach it.
Yeah.
And
yeah, we will get out
Yeah.
of this. Like, it will happen, and it's just a matter of just getting there.
for sure. And Manoj just mentioning he's from Kolkata. Nice.
Oh, nice.
Kolkata.
Do you speak
Do
Do you speak Bangla?
Bangla in Kolkata?
Manoj?
Yeah, maybe. It would be a different accent to yours, wouldn't it?
I don't know if it's a different accent.
And oh yeah, Michael's in the chat too. I don't know if I saw your previous comment or replied to it, but I did see your previous comment. And asking what film's been shooting lately. Well, the last roll I shot was Pro Image actually, and that's why I did the video. The last video on the channel was on this film because that was the last roll I shot. You haven't been.
I haven't really been
shooting
shooting much, honestly. Like, it's been a struggle. I think just like, even before lockdown, to be honest, I was kind of losing inspiration for shooting. Like, I used to shoot street like a lot before. Well, not a lot, not as much as you, but I used to shoot street. But I don't know, I just kind of lost inspiration. I don't know why. But I really want to get out and like shoot more portraits. But yeah, at home and during lockdown, I haven't really been shooting much, like at all, actually.
Do you remember the last roll you shot? Probably like 35
honestly,
mil,
like
Color Plus or something.
probably
like that.
something like that. I don't know. But usually, I like taking my camera along when we're like going on trips, or like if I'm going on camping or hiking or going somewhere like, you know, out in the country. So yeah, I haven't really been shooting film much around.
Fair
the
enough.
house. But we are going to do like a little shoot
Yeah.
of each other, which will be really fun.
I'm just gonna quickly breeze through some of these comments
Yeah.
to catch up. Thanks,
Tokyo,
Dusty. That one, I
oh
think,
my god.
going to WA, that zine.
Hi.
Taichi, I think, yeah, Taichi's joined on the stream before. Thanks again for joining.
I
hope-
love Tokyo.
We love
Cannot
Tokyo.
wait to go back.
Charlie, zine arrived Friday. I'm loving it. Thanks, Charlie. Yeah, I'm glad to see the zines are starting to arrive in the domestic orders at least. Ben actually, he said he received it to his brother's address, so he's going to pick it up.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
he bought a copy. Thanks, Ben and Xander. Not a journalist. A lot of them are serving jail sentences. I wonder, probably lost track of what this is in regards to.
Oh, I think someone was asking Xander a question.
About Belarus.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. How's Winchy get along with new kitty? Good.
Winchy gets along really
Yeah.
well. Yeah, like they do play fight and stuff, but I think Winchy's the reason the new kitten actually got really confident and is now
Yeah.
pretty comfortable around us. Because the kitten was like a rescue kitten from the streets, it was really cautious and really scared of humans and would hide and just not let us near her. But yeah, we introduced Winchy to, her name is Margaret from Little Britain, if anyone's, you should do the
Margaret. Margaret. I hope someone gets that
I
reference.
hope someone, please
yeah,
tell
it's
us in
a
the
weird one.
comments if you get that
Because her
reference.
foster name was Valentina.
Yeah, but we
she was she was
we
a stray
decided
cat that was
Margaret would suit
yeah,
her better.
adopted,
Anyway,
sorry.
but yeah, she was like super scared, and then Winchy really got her out of her comfort zone, and
he's
just-
older.
Yeah, he's older. She like
More
copies
socialised,
him
yeah.
and like she follows him around, and yeah, she's super cute. Kind of getting really attached to her, to be honest.
Michael, what suburbs in your radius? Anywhere nice to shoot? Well, maybe Huntingdale, like we're kind of around Huntingdale locally.
Depends what you want to shoot,
sort of
like
area.
street.
But there's not, like, we used to be closer to the beach. We used to be in the coastal part of town, but not as many nice like scenery type places
Yeah.
around where we are now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're kind of in the middle of suburbia. Andrew, Thailand is entries restricted and confused. Regulations change daily. Fair enough. Happy Sunday from Griffith.
Happy Sunday.
Cool Instagram. Don't know why I still wasn't subscribed. Well, now you are, I guess.
Thanks, Xander.
Due to lockdown, transition to coffee as my hobby. Okay, that explains that.
Two coffee machines? Why did you buy 2 coffee machines?
One for a certain type of coffee, one for the other. He does speak Bengali a little bit.
Oh, nice.
Finding positives. Nice. Where do you find inspiration for shooting portraits from, Sarah? That's a good question.
I don't know. I guess like I don't really look for inspiration. I kind of just, obviously I see other people's work on Instagram, so maybe subconsciously I get inspired through that. But in terms of like the stuff I like to shoot, I think maybe before certain shoots I would like look at Pinterest for like more specific inspiration. But in terms of like the inspiration for the shoot, I think I like kind of coming up with a story. I don't know if you guys have seen the previous video about where I did the shoot inspired by self-love. So I like coming up with like a message or a story and then kind of communicating that through what I'm trying to shoot or the model or the, you know, the setting that I have. Yeah, I would say that's pretty much my inspiration.
Yeah, that was a good example actually. And I was just looking at the YouTube channel to see if I can spot that video. But basically, I think if you just scroll back sometime down the channel, what are we? Here we go. Yeah, so it's called 35mm and 120 film photo shoot on the channel, so you can find it there if you're interested in checking that out.
That was also another really fun shoot. That was actually right before all the lockdown started, like early 2020. Yeah, that was super fun.
Zavi, new photo book acquisitions. The latest one I purchased was actually Greg Gerard, the Canadian photographer who you might be familiar with from Instagram as Greg for a Day is his Instagram.
Oh, yeah, his stuff is so good.
Too. So I bought his book called...
Has it arrived?
No, it's only just been sent a few days ago from Canada. So it's called Under Vancouver. Okay. It looks great, and it was Perry from Sydney who like showed me his copy and recommended it. He talked me into buying it.
Yeah, nice.
And Cooper's book as well. Cooper from Perth.
Oh yeah, you bought that
Yeah,
as well?
yeah,
Nice.
yeah. I mean,
he only released it a few days ago, didn't he?
Yeah, but I love Perth's like surf scene and the culture of like I grew up in Perth. I used to go surf those same beaches near Scarborough where he shot the book, and I'm looking forward to that. But the last one that I received was probably the one that you bought me by surprise from Ben, the Christian Anderson PR book.
Oh yeah,
that was a really nice book. And I've been looking through what's his name? William Albert Allard's book, the Lifetime Retrospective. Great book so far. I've only gotten halfway through it, but it's great from what I've looked at. So I'll probably do some more content on that in the future. All right, business goals next 5 years. Ooh, that's a deep question. Vision of pushing film. I want to keep the channel going, but just to kind of briefly answer that, I think we can both say how we've been talking about taking our photography further in terms of we do weddings, if you're not already aware.
Yeah, we shoot weddings together where I do video but we can both do either or as well. I do video and Hashim does photos, and it's really fun working together and witnessing people like, you know, live out one of the best days of their lives, and it's just it's really enjoy it. Can't wait to get back into it.
Yeah. So the goals for the next 5 years, I mean, I don't know about the whole 5 years, but the next immediate part would be for us to expand on that as soon as lockdowns allow it, getting back into weddings, maybe starting to get into more studio work. We've had discussions about like all kinds of stuff that we want to get into that is being held back a little bit because of the pandemic situation, but we hope to kind of take that all further and get back into the wedding scene as well. Let's skip ahead. Quick, easy question. What favorite type of cheese?
Oh, bocconcini or burrata are my favorites. What about you?
Good old cheddar. Yeah, I don't know. I've never like thought about a favorite cheese. It depends on the situation.
Cheese. Yeah.
And Andrew says he has a kitty named Margaret too.
Oh, nice. What kind of kitty? What kind of kitty is your Margaret? Our Margaret's like, I think, part tabby. I don't know what the other half is. Yeah, she's got like a beautiful tabby. Yeah, beautiful like striped coloring.
And Taichi Nagai from Tokyo. I bought M6, was built in 1987 because of watching your movie. Nothing to do under COVID situation in Japan. All right, so I guess you watched one of our videos, is what you mean by that. And yeah, I have heard that the situation in Japan keeps coming in and out of like some level of restriction. There's a guy on YouTube I follow named Alex who recently went out shooting, but he said in his Instagram immediately after that they imposed restrictions, so it wasn't as like busy after that. Yeah, but we definitely hope to visit Japan when things return to normal.
I mean, I think Qantas is saying that like from December they'll open up they'll like have flights to like a few countries. I'm not getting my hopes up, but like that'd be pretty cool if that
Singapore,
happens.
Hong Kong. I don't know about Hong Kong, but Singapore and New Zealand and Japan have been mentioned as some of the first countries to open up to Australia. I don't know about the back and forth aspect of that, but anything's better than nothing when it comes to travel. 87 is my birth year. Nice. So that suits getting the M6. All right. So Benny
You
Baha.
missed a question.
Oh, did I?
Oh.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Angelita Biscotti. Hello from Ripley. Do you ever think of doing wild, massive photo projects like
Well,
Spencer Tunick or Rob Woodcocks? I'm not actually familiar with either of
yeah, I'm not
those
familiar with them
people,
either.
but I guess in the terms of doing wild, massive photo projects,
What does it? What does that mean?
just like taking a photo project like what maybe you or I have already done, but something on a much larger scale is what I guess you mean by that.
Oh,
Like
okay.
something really involved. Maybe one day we've like biggest thing we've talked about doing is something like a styled wedding shoot, but that's not really.
Mm.
I don't know how big of a scope that is.
Look at Witchy.
Yeah, he does that in the streams. He goes up there. Ben, we should do a video vlogging around the vintage house. Maybe not a vlog, but we want to do more content in terms of photo shoots or something to do with some of the house. He's wearing that green thing still. Smoked cheddar is the greatest. Nice.
Mm.
Stephen. Hey, Hashim and Sarah. Question for either of you. How do you feel about documenting you two's lives together on camera? Does it add to your relationship in any way? I think so. Yeah, I like to document it at intervals because I know that looking back at these photos down
Do you
the
mean
year,
like photo camera or like video? Like, it probably means photo.
yeah, I guess both of them would relate to the question though.
I mean, like, look, I love, capturing like things we share together, memories, because as we know, photos are like a little portal to like a time from the past, and it's so nice to be able to relive memories and things that we might actually forget, like, oh, remember that, like that happened. But also I think it's also important to kind of like stay in the moment when you're like experiencing something together as well. So I think there's like a good middle ground to documenting like our relationship,
For sure.
but yeah.
And Hamish is saying Zone Focused is a cool channel based in Japan. And yeah. So Chris, I do watch Chris's channel. I've actually had some chats with him on Instagram. I might even do a live conversation, or not a live conversation, but an in-conversation video posted to the channel at some point. Yeah, he's a great guy. I love the podcast interview he did with Ribsy. And yeah, he's another expat living in Japan, living it up. And he's shooting his Rolleiflex over there.
Amazing.
Have we been to Turkey? No.
No, but we really want to go. Turkey's like up there. I actually found. Did you watch that video I sent you of that accommodation in Turkey?
Yeah, I did.
Oh my god, I found like this video of this like incredible accommodation in Turkey, and I was like, oh, can't wait to go there.
Make sure that doesn't go into standby.
Oh, there Margaret is a tabby too.
Nice.
Oh.
So Stephen was talking about more like photos of each other.
Okay,
yeah, I love it. I mean, I agree with what you're saying about staying in the moment, but I love just kind of like, even just today, you know how you were sitting by the window and I snuck up and took a photo.
I don't think either of us do it to the point where like we're not in the moment, but I think, I think
it's important, and then like we have been meaning to put together an album.
The photo album,
photos we've taken.
We've printed so many of our time together.
So we've been collecting the prints, and we're going to eventually make some albums, and I think it's
now's
important.
a good time as well with like lockdown. We should definitely start it.
Angelita, large-scale human installations with heaps of styling and massive locations is what I mean. Oh, wow. Okay, so...
Human installations?
Yeah. I've never thought about doing something like that.
Oh, like, do you mean, like, getting lots of people together and then shooting them? Is that what you mean? Yeah,
like, kind of like having extras, like, almost like...
a movie scene?
A movie set level of...
Is that what you mean, Angelita?
Of planning, yeah.
On your channel.
Used to see HM. Oh, that's cool. Good old Michaels.
That feels like so long ago.
Yeah.
Hi, Vanessa.
Thanks for buying a copy of the zine, by the way, Vanessa.
Bean?
The Bean? Because I was like, Vanessa Viola? And I went to say zine.
That's a really cool name. I like that name. Vanessa Viola.
Yeah, she's in Canada.
Nice.
When y'all gonna collab on a baby? Someday.
Someday, yeah. Not anytime soon. I feel like, especially with lockdown, like now is not the right time. Like we have
could be for some people.
Could be for some people, yeah. Personally, I mean, and I just there's so much we want to do, like in terms of like travel and stuff before we even, and I just don't emotionally feel ready. But then they say that you never really feel ready. But it's definitely something I want and you want as well. So yeah, one day.
Yeah. This one's interesting. Sylvia. I don't think I'll feel safe leaving the country again, to be honest, unless there's some kind of guarantee that every vaccinated Australian who leaves can return as per normal, no matter what.
Ooh.
Okay, so on the aspect of being guaranteed to be able to return, that's right. Because we wanted to, for example, consider the fact that if we eventually go travel,
Yeah.
we want to make sure we can get back in.
But why
without,
would we not be allowed to get back in if we're allowed to leave?
let's say they decide to lock down again and they only take in, you know, a certain amount of international arrivals, whether or not you're a citizen, which is what they're doing now already.
Yeah.
So I guess, yeah, there would have to be some clarity on that you can come back.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to be trapped out in another country.
Even if you have to do
Yeah.
a quarantine, as long as you can easily come back without having to have your flight cancelled multiple times and be stuck in another country unwillingly. Yeah, I agree with what you're saying there. How young were y'all when photography began to consume your lives? I see what you're saying. I don't think it consumes either of our lives, but let's talk about how old we might have been.
It became like a significant part
significant
of our lives. What about you?
Mid-20s, probably. Yeah. Because even though I experimented in my teen years, I just liked playing with cameras. I didn't really take photography very seriously until after uni. Yeah.
I think for me, like when I first like took my mom's digital camera, which was maybe like when I was 22, 23. Yeah.
Nice. Digital film reviews. Do you think photography can be non-representational like music? Steiglitz. Or should there be a subject matter to photograph? I think it can be non-representational, if I'm understanding that correctly. Should there be a subject matter to photograph? I think it can be anything. I think photography should be just for the for the sake of it.
Can be abstract, can be light, can be like anything.
Just keeping record of anything, your life.
I don't think there needs to be like any limits to what it can be or to define it. Oh yeah, so she was talking about something like cinematic, like a movie scene. That'd be really cool. Like we both love movies, and it would be so. And I think also with some of the styled shoots that I've done, especially the Ruben one, we tried to keep that in mind, even though it doesn't look like cinematic, but like that kind of vibe, like to make it look, because when my friend Mari and I, like we conceptualized a storyboard, we actually had like a storyboard, like scene by scene, so it was actually like a little movie, even though it wasn't a movie. So yeah, that'd be really cool to do something cinematic. For sure.
I think we both like cinema and what it can lend to photography as well. Anyone who didn't catch this earlier, what we're talking about with Sarah's shoot is on her Instagram page, which you can follow the link in the description for. And we're talking about this shoot that Sarah did that we collaborated on with a friend, and I was assisting and shot on film. Great stuff. So check it out in case you missed it earlier. But yeah, that's a good idea, Angelita. So hey, Chris is here. So Chris runs a YouTube channel based over in the Sunshine Coast. If I'm remembering correctly. He's opened up a lab, so congrats on opening a lab. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But he's saying, hey peeps, glad to finally catch a live again. Be interested in hearing your hobbies outside of photography. We can list a couple. Yours?
Okay. Hiking, camping, riding my bike,
music.
Bike packing, music. Yeah, love listening to music, having a little boogie, even if it's by myself. Yeah, what about you?
Coffee.
Yeah, coffee is definitely... Coffee consumes your life.
I've joked that I could probably start a YouTube or something about coffee if I wanted to.
You actually should though, why not?
Because it's too much to
juggle.
And
you know so much about it as well.
Kinda, but not as much as like many other people.
What's that guy, the guy on YouTube who's like knows everything about coffee?
Oh,
the one who has a really cool accent?
Yeah, James Hoffman's, he's the shit. But yeah, coffee, a lot of what Sarah mentioned as well, outdoor stuff, hiking. I used to really enjoy like snowboarding and surfing when it was possible to do that stuff, at least on a somewhat regular basis, and just health and fitness in general. But yeah, photo books, movies are a big thing for me as well, cinema. So Angelita, on that photo, the Ruben shoot.
Thanks Angelita, I appreciate it.
Hamish asking if we've seen the photography. I'm going to not be able to pronounce this name.
Zidslo Biksinski. Yeah, I think that's how it is. Yeah. I can imagine that.
He was an incredibly impressive photographer as well as a painter. Not familiar, unfortunately.
Should we like look it up on Google or something?
We could. I'm just worried we're going to fall back behind.
Right.
So Cheyenne on if we've shot Cine Still XX.
What's Cine Still XX?
It's their black and white film, which is
okay.
Kodak Eastman XX. It's like a black and white motion picture film. I haven't shot it yet. Yeah. Maybe one day. It looks good. It's a bit expensive, but might shoot it. I'm looking through Sarah's IG now, and I got to ask. So I guess the question will be coming up.
I think he's asking you what your favorite raw denim is.
That's down the track. I'll get to that. Okay. So Vanessa, so cool that Sarah rides a motorcycle. Yeah, she hasn't been riding it lately.
Yeah, I haven't been riding it because I've just like, I don't know, like I'm gonna get my fulls because I'm on my learners now, and then I'm thinking of like selling it only because like I love it so much. It's like a great adrenaline rush, but also I think I'm like personally, and this is nothing against like, you know, anyone who rides it, I just think it's not worth compromising like the rest of my life for. Like if something happens, and I can be like the best rider in the world, but like it's other people that I need to worry about. And if something happens, and let's say I break my leg or something, I don't know, God forbid, and then I can't do other things I enjoy, like hiking or camping or riding my bicycle for the rest of my life, like I would hate that. So I've kind of just been thinking about that, and because of that, I think I'm just kind of prioritizing those things a bit more. So I am still going to get my fulls. I'm going to just get it, and then I'm going to sell my bike, and then eventually like later on in my life, if I want to get a bike again for some reason, midlife crisis or something, I will.
Nice. Yeah. And like by full, she means a full license, in case anyone's not familiar with that terminology.
Yeah.
Daniel Caridi. G'day, you guys. What's happening? Daniel is another guy I've met before. He's in Melbourne, and he loves Toyota Corollas and old boxy 90s cars and a lot of other things, but that was the most recent conversation we had, so I thought I'd put that out there. Yeah, Stephen, favorite raw denim. I used to be really into raw denim. That was another thing actually that I could have mentioned earlier, but Japanese denim all the way. So like samurai, you've probably seen, if anyone has, like, I know some people noticed it, wearing the Samurai Jeans branded t-shirts that I bought in Japan when I was there, and the Flathead and some of those brands. But yeah, Psychic saying hey to Daniel. What's some of your favorite movies? Ooh, that could go on for a while.
That could. Just name a few that we've seen recently. That was that one, the Last Black Man in
San Francisco.
That was an incredible movie. If you haven't seen it, we both like highly recommend it.
I like the movie, like all the classics, especially Stanley Kubrick stuff. You know, 2001, Clockwork Orange, and most of his stuff. Even I'm pretty sure he did Full Metal Jacket, and I love even old cinema like Yasujiro Ozu and Japanese classics and anything good.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's hard to list favorite movies. The more you watch, the harder it is to single them out. Do you have anything you want to mention there?
Some of my favorites are probably Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. That's a really good one, and I do love One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest as well.
Yeah.
That is an incredible film.
That's a great movie.
Yeah. I'm sure there's so many more.
Yeah,
like we've seen so many good movies.
Who directed that one? I can't remember his name, but that was great. Ikigai sells double X. Cool. Hello from Dhaka. Hey, just finished my breakfast.
Hi, Ashfaq.
Should be called brunch.
Nasta, right?
You could move over to riding tracks exclusively. My mum used to ride on the road, and now she does track days with my dad.
That's cool.
That's a cool
okay,
idea.
I'll look into that.
But I guess you'd have to justify keeping the bike.
Yeah,
as well.
like paying rego. But then maybe I can like switch it over to a different kind of rego that's just, or maybe I don't even need rego for track.
Maybe
days. Yeah.
Like a cheaper rego, maybe.
Maybe, yeah.
JL Cruz, may I ask what's your everyday carry film camera for street photography and compact film camera do you use? For me, the Leica MA and point and shoot compact, I guess. Maybe the Contax TVS, since buying that, would be the one I've used most commonly.
For me, it's the Minolta XD now, after having used the Minolta X700 and switching over to the XD. And compact film camera, which I actually tend to use more than my Minolta, just for everyday kind of situation, is the, what's it called? Like, I don't actually even know the name. It's the Leica...
Oh, the point and shoot.
Yeah, what's like
AFC or something?
Yeah, it's called Leica AFC.
It's a rebranded Minolta.
Yeah.
Which is convenient, I guess. You have two Minoltas, really.
Yeah.
Love that movie. Probably One Flew Over, something, one of those ones you mentioned, Stephen. Must have been creeping on Sufu at some point. Yeah, that was an old forum. It's called Super Future. I used to go on there every now and then, but I wasn't like
What is
a
it?
regular poster. It was like fashion and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Raw denim, especially when it started. People talk about like, that was like early 2000s, 2005 to 2010. I used to like check out those forums. Yeah, who knows if we cross paths? You never know. Favorite music?
I honestly am I love Spotify because of the fact that you can just like discover new music. Today I was listening to I'm really bad at like also like remembering names of songs and artists, but yeah, kind of everything. But recently just liking indie, alternative R&B, just really chill music.
Nice.
Yeah. What about you?
I like indie rock and just indie stuff in general, and like I don't listen to music as much as Sarah. I haven't been as in touch with music, and I've been more preoccupied with visual media and photography and stuff. But I love the Killers, in case it wasn't obvious from the t-shirt, which some of you guys might recognize. I still have this same t-shirt that I wore in that video that like was helping people load film.
Yeah.
And I got a lot of comments on this because people recognized it was the Killers fan club is called the Victims. It's, you know, obviously their little cute play on words. And yeah, I've always loved their stuff since Hot Fuss, their first album, which really got me into music that I genuinely liked back in 2008, 9, whenever that album came out. So yeah. All right, Falling Behind again. Perfume's my other hobby.
That's cool. I've never heard someone...
It's one of his
like,
favorites from Australia.
Do you make your own perfumes, or like how? Like, what do you?
I guess.
What do you do?
Collecting, having perfume, maybe, or both.
Tione. What was the name of that perfumer? Tione Renthal. Okay. Do they have like a brand?
Sounds like a designer brand.
Yeah.
Daniel, can't wait to get the Zin stacks in your hands, man. Reckon you both will enjoy. Yeah, that'll be cool. If you ever want to, because I'm gonna potentially use the camera that he had converted into, you know, the Instax back on the Mamiya.
Yeah.
Maybe we can do a collaborative video with you using it or something like that. So yeah, once lockdown ends, so many things can happen. Nixa, you should
Still
watch.
Walking.
Hirokazu Kurita.
Okay.
Nice. Yeah, I love older Japanese movies. Even like some current day Japanese movies, some of the best I've seen. And not just Ozu, there's like Kurosawa and some other like great directors out of Japan. Track bikes don't need retro, okay.
But then like how would you get to the track? Like
trailer, maybe.
Oh, that'd be so much hassle. I don't think I'd do that.
Kubrick was a big gearhead snob apparently. Interesting to hear what he would have shot with today, probably like probably, yeah, I have heard that he's like very difficult to work with when he was on set, and he was actually like one of the toughest directors to work under. And Sylvia agrees about what you're saying about the bike. Still end up at risk from bad drivers. Yeah. Hello. OS from Chile. Thank you.
Chile.
Thanks for joining. Chile.
Sorry.
Favorite film stocks in color and black and white.
All right, you go for it.
All
okay.
right. Kodak Ektar and black and white's hard, but Pan F50.
Okay, my favorite color one, like the cheap one, would probably be Pro Image. Is Pro Image still cheap?
It's not as cheap as it used to be.
Oh, okay.
Which was unfortunate. And something I mentioned when I made the video. It used to be so cheap. When I worked at Michael's, I could get this 5-pack for under $20. It was because normal price was $23 retail. My staff price was like $13.
Oh wow!
So it was like a few bucks a roll, which was crazy, and that's why I bought a bunch of it that we took overseas. Now it's $45 for a 5-pack, which is just under $10 a roll. So it's still cheaper because if you think about it relatively, Portra is almost $100 for a 5-pack. It's crazy. So yeah, it's still kind of relatively cheap.
Yeah, and black and white, I don't really shoot black and white much, but probably like HP5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good all-rounder. JM's here, my faves. Thanks, man.
Miss you. Can't wait to hang. Like when we've been meaning to hang for so long. Can't believe the last time I saw you was probably like, I don't even know, like 2019, I think, or early 2020.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shark, anyone use Kaiser's negative scanner thing? Well, we haven't, but maybe anyone in the comments can feel free to contribute. Daniel, girlfriend has asked for Sarah's playlist on Spotify because she has the exact same music taste. All right, cool.
I don't actually have any, like, I make playlists, but then I never end up putting songs into it. I just end up adding everything to my library. But yeah, she can follow me on Spotify. Maybe that can be something.
Daniel's on the Discord server,
apparently on Spotify you can do this thing now. It's called Blend. Has anyone like tried it or used it? It's where like you can have like a friend on Spotify, like, you know, and then I think Spotify I haven't used it yet, hence why I don't know, but I think Spotify like generates a blended playlist based on like things that you both would like. So that's a really cool concept. I still haven't used it. Like, it glitched out on me when I tried using it. Yeah.
Gotta head out. Always love the streams. Sarah should be a permanent staple in these live streams.
I don't know about permanent.
Permanent staple. No. You're a staple. You should be a staple or a stapler.
I'll be a stapler.
Thanks for joining, though, if you're still here.
Yeah, thanks, Zavi.
Collecting and occasionally making. Oh, cool. That's nice. Yeah. Mainly
that's really
subjecting
cool.
my wife and mother to those.
That's cool. Really interesting.
I'm sure they'd like it because it's such a creative thing.
Yeah.
It smells.
Wow.
It's amazing.
I'm going to look into that because I had no idea that was even a thing.
Favorite Nikon camera? Do you have a favorite Nikon camera? You haven't really
I haven't really used
many Nikons.
A Nikon camera.
The favorite I have is the Nikon FE. If I could choose any, I would get the FM3A probably as the favorite. I think the best one around. Favorite YouTube content creator at the moment. Ooh, so many.
What about that
Nick Carver?
Okay, you're talking about photography.
I love watching his
yeah.
Even in general.
What
he's
about
like
that guy whose videos you were showing me? That really funny guy, Jake. The one we were watching just with the short film.
The one I only just discovered.
Yeah, what's his name again? Like Jake Haver or something.
Like that? Yeah,
so
he does
good,
short
so
films,
funny.
Animated films. Yeah, he's really good.
Yeah, he's amazing.
But yeah, we just discovered him like a few days ago. He's really good. There's so many great creators out there. Yeah, I could list a ton of them. Oh, that's on the perfume. Lovely Soul too. Still have 9 to 10 rolls of Neopan 400 stashed away for special occasions. That's awesome. I shot some of that in Bangladesh, actually. It's a great film.
So, Ashfaq, are you in Bangladesh right now? Is that what he said?
He said he's in Dhaka before.
So where do you get your film from? And like, where do you get it developed? Because last time I was there, I couldn't find anywhere to get it developed or even like to buy film. Yeah, so I'm curious to know like where you purchase and get it developed and scanned.
JL, what time do you shoot film? No specific time.
Yeah.
Anytime.
Well, definitely not after 9 p.m. these days.
We have a curfew here, so shoot film at home if you have a curfew. Digital film reviews, tips on how to get your significant other into photography so more time can be spent together. My advice is don't try and get them into anything. They should get into something because they want to get into it. And if you're trying to spend more time together, I don't think that's the best tool, in my opinion, to try and get them into the same thing you like. Maybe find something that you can both enjoy or look into what they enjoy and kind of share a bit of each other's passions if they don't all cross over enough. What do you think?
Yeah, like I definitely agree with you. You can't like force someone to get into something that they're not into. You can obviously like show them what you see is like, you know, great about it, and if they like it, they'll get into it by themselves. But yeah, like Hashim said, just kind of doing things that you both like, finding some sort of compromise. And
I'm sure they didn't mean forcing, like I probably said that wrong, but like it's more so that I guess you maybe can, just show what you love about photography or whatever it is, and maybe they will start to enjoy it. As
if they see maybe that you're super excited about a certain, you know, hobby such as photography, maybe they'll also be excited to be
give them a camera to try.
Give it a try.
And if they get into it, they get into it. There's not much you can really do to push someone into getting into something. Taj, I think we'll probably take this last question and end it, and whatever else like creeps through at the end. But considering picking up the 40mm Ultron for Nikon, what are your thoughts having shot with it? It's a great lens. I've said this before. People ask me about that lens. It's, I think, one of the best lenses you can buy for Nikon for all-round shooting because it's compact. It's a pancake lens. It's really sharp. It has great out of focus rendering too. If you happen to get out of focus backgrounds when you shoot something close at f2 with like a portrait, for example, and it's just a good lens for the price. I sold mine only because I wasn't using it, not because it was a bad lens. But yeah, and digital film reviews just
Okay,
clarifying.
good.
We didn't think that you
Yeah,
meant that.
sorry. Hopefully, it
Yeah,
didn't
just
come across
more
the right
kind of
way.
in the vein of like you cannot really get someone to be into something
Yeah.
as hard as you might try. Favorite focal length lens for street photography? Mine's 35. Yours 50?
Probably 50. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. And Alistair, thanks for introducing that. Got to run. Yeah, cool. Well, that's good timing because I think we're going to wrap it up too. Thanks for joining anyone who is still here live. And if you're not watching this live, I don't know if I'm going to leave this online. I might. It's probably going to be a really long one.
How long is it? How long did it go for?
Yeah, pretty long. But yeah, I can't.
Oh, yeah, almost an hour.
Yeah. That's a good amount. I think 50 minutes is more than enough. So what else? Anything we want to close with? Check out Sarah's work if you didn't already.
Check out his zine.
Description has all the links and stuff. Join the Discord server if you guys are into this stuff, like just having chats about whatever it is. I have the Discord server linked in the description where you can pop on and check out the different channels and join the conversation, post some photos, whatever.
Ashfaq just said where he gets it from, like his
outside,
through friends and
online,
family.
I guess. Yeah, it is difficult in some countries to do
and he
that.
develops at home. That's cool.
That's the way to go.
He makes the chemicals at home. That's cool.
Sorry if we missed some of these last questions. There was one on movies that we answered that a little bit earlier on in the chat, so you can watch the video post stream, and you should be able to catch that part if you can be bothered skipping through. And just all the thank yous from everyone. Vanessa,
thanks everyone.
Cheyenne, thanks for joining, man. And yeah, thanks for joining, guys. This was fun. I'm gonna try and get her on in more videos, so if we can do that, we will. All right, have a good day or night.
Have a good day or night.
Bye.